everybody, my name is Torrrimo Jori, and in this tour review, we are going to be talking about the first episode of Sousou no Frieren. So the first episode was a 2-hour-long piece, but was split into 4 separate episodes on most streaming services like Crunchyroll. Therefore, I'll just be referring to these 4 first episodes as one big one. And right out of the gate, I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfecto. Just want to give a quick spoiler warning for those of you who haven't seen the first episode of Frieren. I will be spoiling the first episode. If you haven't watched it, go watch it right now. Then come back. But if you've already watched it, let's get on to the tour review. Frieren is ultimately a story about connections. Over her thousands of years of life, Frieren never truly connects with others, knowing that they will all pass in a short time for her. However, when she defeats the Demon King with her party, she forms a bond with them. Although she may not realize it, this mere 10-year journey has sown the seeds of Frieren's care for others. She only begins to understand when Himmel dies. In her own words, she deeply regretted not knowing him better. Despite her 10-year adventure with him, she barely understood him and the way he lived. This same event also begins with Heider as Frieren trains Fern and searches for a way to keep him alive. However, there was no luck. Heider reveals that this was simply a ploy to get Frieren to train Fern, as she would no longer get in her way. Heider dies and Frieren loses another one of her closest connections in the world. Frieren and Fern leave to follow the trail of Frieren's journey, dealing with many after effects of past actions. In a show of sentimentality, Frieren spends months looking for flowers from Himmel's hometown to grow around his statue. When they first meet up with Eisen, he reveals that there is a way to contact the dead. This sets up the story of Frieren, as her end goal is to talk to Himmel just one last time. Frieren invites Eisen to travel with them, but he refuses, as his skills were not what they used to be. All figures, like Fern she meets along the way, are connections of Frieren's life, most of which have been severed or weakened. But as she consistently finds new ones, she grows as a person. Time is a tool used by the author to show the otherness of Frieren to the rest of the world, as she barely ages while the others around her turn to dust. This show also demonstrates the beauty of a short life in comparison to elves, demons, and dwarves, telling us how some of them use that time to the best of their ability. Frieren is a complicated show. It makes me feel a lot of things. The most powerful emotion is probably sadness or grief for the loss of Frieren's connections. Twice does Frieren cry in the first episode, and both are incredibly emotional moments that are well placed and believable in the show. The first is at Himmel's funeral, where she wishes she could have known him better. This action sets up the entire quest of the series, of Frieren just wishing for one more talk with Himmel to understand him better. The second is at Heider's home, when Frieren realizes that she is soon going to lose Heider as well. This second moment hit just as hard as the first, as the thought of Frieren losing more of her connections after what grief she had been through was simply heart-wrenching. Sadness may be the most powerful emotion, but there is one that seeps throughout every aspect of the show, imbued in every scene, every element. This feeling is melancholy. Melancholy is usually defined as a pensive reflection, and is generally used to contemplate sadness by looking back on past moments. A large portion of Frieren is based off of visions of the past, viewed in a new light by Frieren based on her experiences. These visions inspire Frieren to do better, to know people better, and to do good by her connections. Just gotta say, the characterization in this show is incredible. Fun fact, each character's name is a German word. Frieren means freezing, Himmel means sky, Heider means cheerful, Eisen means iron, and Fern means aloof. With each character's name, you can already tell what their personality is. As well, you get to see based on the interactions of the characters as they play their roles very well. Frieren is generally portrayed in flashbacks as cold and being distant, while in the present we can see that she is warming up to the people around her, paying more attention to them. Himmel is always portrayed as the hero, heavenly in nature, if not incredibly vain. Hyder is always in good mood, and thus cheerful, and we always see Aizen wearing his iron helmet, and thus iron. Frieren is fairly clear as well, as she has developed many of the same traits as Frieren, being somewhat aloof and distant from others. Most everything you need to know about the characters is given in the first episode, which is an example of incredible characterization from the author. The animation is, yet again, incredible. It mimics the style of the manga very well, and I am told that it looks very similar to Mushoku Tensei. We haven't seen the animation be used heavily yet, as most of the shots are atmospheric with the dialogue of the characters. However, we see in part 3 of the episode that these animators sure know their stuff. In the battle against Squall, we see spells flying and Fern defending against each one, until Frieren finishes him off with his own spell, Soltrak! The spells deflecting against Fern's magical shield was a beautiful visual, sparks flying everywhere. Overall, this anime does an incredible job of making the world look alive, giving presence to all of its aspects. I know that this is the common consensus at this point, but here goes. This show has a good opening that's meant for a different show. It seems that the producers were looking to imitate the same style that made the Oshinoko opening blow up, and you can really tell. Brave has a very similar sound to Idol. To be honest, doesn't really match the feelings of the anime very well. Wasabi is good at a certain type of song, and they make those songs well. Not to say that's a bad song, because it isn't. It just doesn't seem right for Frieren. However, the more I listen to it, the more it's endeared to me. So we'll see how that goes as time goes on. The ending, however, matches Frieren perfectly. Philip performs Bliss with the emotion and feeling that Frieren deserves. It is calm, somewhat melancholic, with only bursts of feeling every so often in the song. I love this song, and I think it fits this anime incredibly well. As well, the visuals are calm and soothing. A perfect fit for the song. Not including the opening or the ending, the music in Sousou no Frieren is performed by Evan Call, and by God is it good! It rivals the works of Kevin Bacon and Hiroyuki Sawano. I am telling you, the music comes in at the perfect moments and creates an excellent atmosphere that is representative of the anime as a whole. It can be solemn, sorrowful, hopeful and uplifting, or action-packed and stressful. A good soundtrack can really make or break a series, and this track is really making it. Frieren will be getting 2 cours, or 24 episodes past its initial episode. The 5th episode just came out today, which I will review later on. Alex will be getting a new episode every Friday until about April 12th of 2024. That's a lot of Frieren that I'm excited about and looking forward to. I'll be making reviews every episode a few days after they come out. It's gonna be so much fun. If there is anything you should take from this story review, watch Sousou no Frieren. It is one of the best manga I've ever read, and I am sure it will do amazingly in the anime department. They've already followed the story really faithfully so far. I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. Well, everyone, this has been Torrrimo Jori, and I will see you later.